Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In just about an hour from now, you'll know what the exit poll numbers are here right now on Times Now ETG's exit poll. We're building up to that, trying to get you a sense of what's happened on ground over the past several weeks. What are the key issues in the poll-bound states? And for the moment, we're going to look at Chhattisgarh. Let's pull those numbers up on our screens. In 2018, the voter turnout over there was at 74.17%. In 2023, on the second phase of poll, it's 76.22%. This is as far as Chhattisgarh's numbers are concerned. Let me quickly bring in Jay on this as well. Jay, here we see a fairly big gap, 2.1% that we're looking at in the state of Chhattisgarh. What would that mean for the incumbent party, particularly Lokesh Baghel, who's hoping to be re-elected?
Well, let's remember one thing. Mr. Baghel won a landslide last time. So replicating a landslide is not always easy. Even Mr. Kejriwal had to go down from 67 to 62, right? So I think there is some natural cyclic anti-incumbency, along with a very aggressive mobilization by the Bharatiya Janata Party, which has really worked hard, looking, okay, there's going to be a GGP-BSP alliance. Okay, then we need to have so many candidates here. So many candidates to be declared first. They're going to be campaigning earlier than the others. So I think this is this little cyclical anti-incumbency along with a strong mobilization by the BJP. Okay. I'm not speculating the outcome, but that is what this turnout indicates. That's what the turnout indicates for you. In fact, we'll go across to our reporter Govind Gujjar as well, who's joining us. Govind, you were on ground there in Chhattisgarh. Take us through what your sense is in terms of what are going to be the biggest issues in the state very quickly.
Mahadev, absolutely. BJP and Congress in Chhattisgarh are just making the claim accordingly for their respective victories. But you know that how Mahadev app was became a big controversy. It definitely dented the image of the running government in Chhattisgarh. But definitely the percentage which has increased in Chhattisgarh. That's why Raman Singh, we also had the interview with him. He said that it's all because women are just having inclination towards BJP in Chhattisgarh. We also went on the different polling booths and tried to get the opinions of the voters. Definitely, there is bit confusion. Definitely, the fight is quite tough in
Chhattisgarh. The fight is quite tough. There are a number of issues that you mentioned. Let's quickly take a look at those controversies that you've been speaking about in the Chhattisgarh polls. And in fact, you mentioned over there the Mahadev app betting probe. The alleged conversions in the tribal belt is something that has been spoken about. And Chief Minister Baghel's soft Hindutva. We'll come to the third issue last. But let me quickly take this across to our panelists. Lokesh, how much will this Mahadev app hurt Mr. Baghel? Because there's a sense that it's come at the peak of the polls. Has it come perhaps too late in the day is also a question.
Look, this Mahadev app is not going to have any impact on the poll outcome. 2018, the reason why BJP was shattered was due to its apathy towards the farmers. Now, if I'm talking about Chhattisgarh, it's a rice producing belt. You will see majority of the dominant Sahu community, OBC. We have the ST sector. They're mostly into agricultural sector. And the policies of the government had been anti-agriculture. And that was a major reason that 2018 for the first time witnessed a swing towards Congress. Okay. And Baghel Saab has done a wonderful job throughout his tenure. The MSP was at an all-time high. I mean, the Chhattisgarh government, it took care of the farmers very well. In fact, compared to all other states, it had done a reasonably wonderful job. So I would say, I mean, the BJP, it was just found lost.
Okay, BJP was found lost. But let me take that across to Mr. Rajgopalan. Mr. Rajgopalan, do you believe that the Mahadev app betting probe is going to have an impact in this election, or was it too late in the day?
Chhattisgarh is going to bring big surprise, Madhav. T.S. Singhdev, the Deputy Chief Minister, is in touch with senior BJP leaders, according to my source in Chhattisgarh this morning. So Jyotiraditya Scindia will play politics. And apart from that, kapda to nahi padenge either. Because Kamal Nath said, Digvijay Singh ko kapda pad do. Chhattisgarh mein Mr. Baghel did not say about Singhdev kapda pad do. Because my understanding, as Jay Muruk said, Chhattisgarh is going to bring surprise.
Okay, Chhattisgarh is going to bring a surprise. Many views over here. Let's quickly bring in the next set of graphics.
One point to add that.
Okay, quickly.
Yeah. If there is a mandate like 55 and 35, or 55, or no, 50 and 35. Then Chhattisgarh is open to Operation Lotus.
Oh, it's open to Operation Lotus. That's
I
another
have
big
already
suspense.
studied. I have
Okay,
already studied.
quick addition. Ashutosh,
I think Mahadev app was the biggest fake news of this election.
Okay.
Biggest fake news of the election. Just after the election, when the election was over, the same driver is saying, I was forced to say something like that.
Okay.
I mean, just imagine. And the Prime Minister was forced to believe that this is something which is, who advised him and who wrote the script
Well,
for him.
they'll say that the agencies did it. We have nothing to do with it.
Whosoever. I think that man has to be sacked.
Okay, the man has to be sacked, but
The
let's
Prime
look at...
Minister can't say something like this which is non-existent.
Okay, it's a non-existent issue. Sabha, you want to respond?
No, I thought you were sticking
Yes.
with Chhattisgarh, or you're moving
Yeah,
ahead?
we are still with Chhattisgarh, but I want to bring in the soft Hindutva aspect which Chief Minister
Yeah, so
Baghel
I'll
has been
talk on
speaking
that.
about. I'm just going to bring you in on that, and this is why we are saying that there's been a soft Hindutva push by Mr. Baghel. The 3-day Ramayan National Cultural Festival that was brought in, that's instance number 1. Let's shift across to instance number 2, which is the building of the Ram Van Gaman Tourism Circuit. Instance number 3 that we're talking about over here is the restoration of the Mata Kaushalya temple in Raipur. Instance number 4 that we have over here is the installation of 7 statues of Ram across the state, and I believe we have one more instance in this. All right, I'm told this is the last instance, but what does this really show, Sabha, according to you?
So
Because even the
Chhattisgarh is on the
Congress chief
route.
ministers are engaging in soft
Yes,
Hindutva.
Chhattisgarh is on the route. When you travel there, you will find this is where people believe that they spent Ram and Sita spent some of the Banvas. That is on the route. But what I would like to point out, since I have this opportunity, is Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand were both created for tribal populations. Jharkhand got tribal leadership. Neither the Congress nor the BJP has bothered to ever put forward tribal leaders. So that is one failure. The intent of these states, it has failed. So now you have very traditional Hindi belt politics, followed by by Bhupesh Baghel. Congressman he may be, but I'm saying this. He is definitely doing the soft Hindutva route. He is not giving the due diligence to Adivasis, which ironically in Jharkhand all the parties did.
Okay, Smita, you want to comment on that?
It is, I don't think it is soft Hindutva. I think it's complete Hindutva. The Dandakaranya forests are in Chhattisgarh. This is where Ram and Sita and Lakshman spent their Vanvas. And if Bhupesh Baghel is reviving that, and there is no objection whatsoever in the tribal belt, because these are not in conflict with each other. The tribals are, they experience that, they live with that, there is no conflict at all in what Bhupesh Baghel is doing with the tribal. So there is no division out here. So which is why when he started with the Vangaman program, and when he started installing, you saw that in the tribal belt there was no murmurs of discontent. No, they live with that. It is part of the culture. It's just that now those statues are becoming bigger and it's coming out in the media, and they are resurrecting something which has been intrinsically part of Chhattisgarh culture.
All right, so that's a very interesting perspective. All right, many hands going up. Quick.
Just one larger summary point. One larger summary point.
Tribal belt, there are lots of objections to many
even
things.
Mr. Kamal Nath
You know.
built a tall Hanuman statue in Chhindwara. Right? If you look at all of this in conjunction, there's one summary statement that the Congress has tried to out Hindutva with the BJP and more or less have now internalized the the idiom. So
Right.
there's actually not much debate.
One thing
Madhav,
we have to understand.
One by one. Yeah, one by one. I'm going
talk
to
about
him and then to you. Yeah.
when we talk about the soft Hindutva thing, I think we are maybe subconsciously using this phrase derisively.
Yeah.
As if, this is something that should not happen. For heaven's sake, please realize that Hindu temples and their properties are the only ones that are leached by the state. So if somebody is making a statue, the money is being given by the Hindus. Are we talking about hard Islamization in Telangana when you're making Muslim-only IT parks? So let's get real out here. If somebody is making 5 or 6 statues of Lord Ram or Lord Sita, you are getting 100 times more the money. And I'm not just saying this for Baghel. If Narendra Modi is making 350 crore long corridors,
Okay. All
they are
politicians
getting
are doing it.
the Hindi collection
Ashutosh,
itself.
all politicians are doing it. Why say soft Hindutva? It's Hindutva. Let Ashutosh
Madhav,
please,
the success of Bhupesh Baghel lies in the fact that he copied Narendra Modi's model. Narendra Modi became the synonymous of the Gujarati nationalism, and same thing Bhupesh Baghel did. He became synonymous with the Chhattisgarhia. He said, "Sabse badhiya Chhattisgarhia." So So the issue is when the local leadership is given importance, because he knows nuts and bolts of the politics there, the culture, the tradition and everything.
Yeah.
And according to that, he built his narrative. And he's one politician who has been very political. He used his government for the political purpose. Where the Ashok Gehlot failed, the Ashok Gehlot is an astute chief minister. It's a very good chief minister, able administrator. But he has not been able to link it with the politics. And where Bhupesh Baghel did it, fantastic.
Okay, I'm going to just come in. I'm going to have to go across to Telangana.
No,
We have limited time.
Chhattisgarh is actually the conflict is over Christians.
Okay.
The lack of protection Bhupesh Baghel gave to Christian tribes.
We'll have to get into that at another point of time, because I have to do justice to Telangana as well, which